Thanks for jumping into Juicebox. I want to share a few key things that you'll want to know as you start to get going in Juicebox. You're probably checking out our Hello Juicebox app now, and to get started, we ask you to create a bar chart. I'll show you how that works. You simply select Add a Chart over on the left, choose Bar, and then you can choose what you want the bars to represent and what values you want to show in that bar chart. You always want to select Save after you've made a change on one of these slices. And just like that, you have a bar chart. So what do we have going on here? On the right is the Juicebox application that you're building. So this is the thing that you want to create and share with your team. On the left is the editing area. This is where you'll make changes, configure your application, add data, and manage the publishing of your application. You'll see over here that we have these different sections. So this is this intro section that we're looking at, and within there we have separate blocks that we call slices. You can add a new slice simply by pressing the plus button over here. If I wanted to add a table, for example, I simply add another chart in here, choose table, and we can put some values in there. We're going to choose countries, languages, speakers. And again, you save that, and that's going to show up on the right in your application. One of the most powerful features of Juicebox is the ability to have the different visualizations connect together by default. So if I select something in the bar chart here, that's actually going to filter down the page automatically. So there's nothing you have to do to create that. And it gives your users the ability to drill into the data to really explore and find insights. So the data, let's talk about that for a moment. Over in the editing panel, if I select data, you'll see that we have data sources. We have one data source that is driving this application. You can have multiple data sources. You upload data sources as CSV files. To give you a sense of what those files should look like, here's an example of a different data source. This file has column headers, which is very important, and it's in this flat file structure. Think of it like the kind of data that you would work with if you're going to create a pivot table in Excel. So you load up data as a CSV, and then we create what we call data ingredients. Data ingredients are a way to define how you want that data to show up in your visualizations, from the labels to how it's formatted and how numbers are aggregated. Once you're happy with your application, you'll want to go to this last tab in the editing panel, the Publishing and Sharing tab. Whenever you make changes, you might want to republish that. So a published application is what your users will see. And once we've published that, you can also decide how you want it to be shared. So this application is in private mode, which means that your users need to log in order to access the data. But I could toggle it over to public mode, which means anybody with that link can access the application that you've created. So those are a few things to get started. I hope you really enjoy Juicebox.